Mitch McConnell is apparently playing an increasingly important and daily part of Donald Trump's both his defense and his strategy as he's feeling more pressure. In private, Trump is increasingly leaning on the Republican leader in the Senate. In a return to the president's panicked behavior during the height of the Mueller investigation, Trump is calling McConnell as often as 3 times a day, according to a person familiar with the conversations. And obviously, you know you're doing well when you're talking to Mitch McConnell that often. Trump has been lashing out at GOP senators he sees as disloyal, according to the person familiar with the conversations, telling McConnell he will amplify attacks on those Republicans who criticize him.
It'd be interesting to see if that includes Lindsey Graham.
Possibly.
Yeah, okay. My first comment on this is tick, 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 tick. Okay, so if Trump is not panicked, why is he calling senators? So remember, impeachment is in the House. So that's pretty much a foregone conclusion. I mean, look, the Democrats can screw anything up, but he should be calling about House Republicans, like, hey, what can we do to take advantage? Can we start to hurt the Democrats in the Trump districts, et cetera? And they've already got ads running there and they're already doing that. But he's not focusing on the House. I actually think it is rational to focus on the Senate where he might be convicted. But apparently Trump thinks being convicted in the Senate is on the board, that it is a possibility, calling McConnell 3 times a day in a panic. And so now the second telling part of this is, I don't see McConnell anywhere. Turtle's gone into his shell, and he is, the only thing he said in the press in the last 2 weeks is, yes, if it came to the Senate, we would have to have a trial. Now, that's absolutely true, but McConnell has, not cared too much about the Constitution in the past. He's known for legendary epic obstruction, but in this case, not a moment's hesitation. Oh yeah, we'll definitely have the trial. And normally, if he thinks he's got a winning case, he's all over the press talking about how the Democrats have overstepped and it's outrageous and blah, 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 blah. No turtle in sight.
Yeah.
That is really bad news for Trump. And it's not like Trump's not trying to get him out there. He's calling him nonstop. And still McConnell's not in the press.
He did, I thought then at the time, he did say, there'll be a trial. I'm not saying how long it'll be. Like he would give them 4 hours to present your case.
Well, we'll see.
I'm curious, do either of you remember, like we can occasionally come up with a time when a particular Republican has criticized Trump, maybe for the grab him by the comment, or now Lindsey Graham on the Syria move. Has McConnell ever openly criticized Trump?
I don't remember, but it's a good question because it leads to the thing of, if McConnell's not out there with pom-poms on, that is as close to criticism of Trump that McConnell will get to. So
probably, yeah.
And so, look, McConnell is at 36% in Kentucky. He's up for re-election in 2020. He's not just worried about his caucus, and he's definitely going to lose Cory Gardner in Colorado, very likely Susan Collins in Maine, maybe Martha McSally in Arizona. I mean, they're in a world of hurt, and he will likely be the minority leader. But that's if he survives. He has got to be worried, I might go under. And so if the idea that Nancy Pelosi originally had that, oh, Donald Trump is looking forward to impeachment. Now some people in the press are trying to rehabilitate her by saying, oh, it was so smart to wait. Please, can those same people at least acknowledge that she was 100% wrong about him looking forward to impeachment? Cold sweat panic. And his buddy Chris Ruddy that runs Newsmax out there saying it would be a mortal blow to him if he was impeached. So that is no longer in any dispute. And then the Republicans quietly consulting each other without going out there and publicly backing Trump is a terrible sign for Trump.
Last thing for me, at least on this, we keep hearing of Republicans telling each other, oh, this guy's a fool and an idiot and has no business being the president, but, right? So I'm not expecting this, and I don't want the cascade of obviously this won't happen, but there are still some old guard Republicans who I just thought have to bristle. They'll probably do nothing, concede it, but they have to bristle at a complete stonewalling of congressional oversight. I mean, they have to. On some level, to me, Chuck Grassley has to think, Jesus, Mike Pompeo, you're just not gonna comply. You're just not gonna give the people's house what they want. I'm sure they'll do nothing. But at some point, again, when the polling changes, right, then those feelings which they've squelched start to bubble up. maybe.
The most important thing for whether Trump will survive or not is if polling starts coming out for those Senate seats that are up in 2020. And if the polling has those Republican senators now dipping into the 40s and maybe even the 30s, bye-bye. Because they're the ones who decide his fate.
You read this all the time that Nixon, it took months to get Nixon, the country over 50% for getting rid of Nixon. And in the end, he wasn't impeached or convicted because they told him, you're gonna be impeached. And then when he gets to the Senate, you're gonna be convicted.
And that's when Trump makes a deal and goes, well, how about I get immunity and all my kids get an immunity and I'll see you guys later. And then he goes out and then he says, I didn't want it anyway. This is stupid. I would have won it. I would have won easily. I would have won easily. But I'm a better man than that. And I brought the country together. I win, everybody else loses.
Right.
Okay, you say anything you like, buddy, as long as you're out of the White House.
And then he's arrested in the state of New York on state charges.
Well, he probably wouldn't think that through. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.